Doctors will never say this out loud in your appointment, but there are foods sitting in your grocery store right now, foods you've probably walked past 100 times, that researchers have linked directly to stopping cancer cell growth, protecting your DNA, and reducing tumor formation. And here's what makes this truly shocking. A landmark review analyzing over 200 nutritional studies found that specific plant compounds found in everyday foods can reduce cancer risk by up to 40% in adults who consume them consistently. Not supplements, not expensive treatments, ordinary food. But here's the part that stunned the research panel. Most people are eating the wrong version of these foods, at the wrong time, prepared the wrong way, and getting almost none of the cancer-fighting benefit. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 anti-cancer foods on the planet, ranked from powerful to most extraordinary, and more importantly, we're going to tell you exactly how to prepare and eat each one to get the maximum protective benefit your body desperately needs. Now let's begin, because food number 10 is something you've probably eaten this week without realizing it could be one of your most powerful defenses against cancer. Food number 10, carrots. Most people think of carrots as a simple snack food, something you dip in hummus and forget about. But here's what almost nobody is telling you. Carrots are loaded with beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant compound that your body converts into vitamin A. And beta-carotene doesn't just support your eyesight. Research has shown it plays a direct role in lowering the risk of multiple types of cancer, including lung, stomach, and cervical cancer. A 2021 analysis published in the journal Nutrients reviewed data from over 7,000 participants and found that individuals with the highest beta-carotene intake had a significantly lower incidence of epithelial cancers, the type that lines your organs and skin. But here's the preparation detail that changes everything. Raw carrots are good, but lightly cooked carrots are dramatically better for beta-carotene absorption. Heat breaks down the tough cell walls, releasing up to 40% more beta-carotene into your bloodstream. Add a small amount of healthy fat, like olive oil, when you cook them, because beta-carotene is fat-soluble, meaning your body can only absorb it properly in the presence of fat. Aim for half a cup of cooked carrots 3 to 4 times per week. That's all it takes to begin building a meaningful level of protection. Food number 9, citrus fruits. Oranges, lemons, grapefruits, limes. You've heard they're good for you, but the reason why goes far deeper than most people realize. Citrus fruits are packed with vitamin C, one of the most well-studied antioxidants in cancer research. Vitamin C neutralizes free radicals, the unstable molecules that damage your DNA and create the conditions where cancer cells can begin to form and multiply. But the real cancer-fighting power in citrus isn't just the vitamin C, it's a compound called limonene, found in the peel and the white pith of citrus fruits. A 2020 study from the University of Arizona found that limonene activates a detoxification enzyme in the liver that helps the body break down and eliminate potential carcinogens before they can cause cellular damage. The most powerful way to consume citrus for cancer protection is to use the whole fruit, not just the juice. Juicing strips away the fiber and much of the limonene. Eat the segments, and when possible, zest the peel into your food. A simple habit: add lemon zest to your salads, soups, or oatmeal every morning. It takes 10 seconds and delivers a concentrated dose of limonene that juice simply cannot match. Food number 8, nuts, especially walnuts and Brazil nuts. Here's something that will surprise you. A small handful of the right nuts, eaten consistently, has been shown in clinical research to reduce cancer cell mortality and actively fight tumor growth. The key compound is selenium, a trace mineral found in exceptionally high concentrations in Brazil nuts. Just 2 Brazil nuts per day provides your entire recommended daily intake of selenium. And selenium matters enormously because it activates a family of proteins called selenoproteins, which act as antioxidant enzymes that protect your cells from oxidative damage, the same damage that creates the environment where cancer thrives. A landmark study from the Harvard School of Public Health found that men with the highest selenium levels had a 48% lower risk of advanced prostate cancer compared to those with the lowest levels. Walnuts bring a different weapon to the table: omega-3 fatty acids and a polyphenol called L-arginine which the gut converts into a compound called urolithin A. Research from UC Davis found that urolithin A directly inhibits the growth of breast cancer cells in laboratory studies. The ideal daily dose is 2 Brazil nuts plus a small handful of walnuts, about 1 ounce. Do not roast them at high heat. Raw or lightly toasted at low temperature preserves the selenium and the delicate omega-3 oils that make them so powerful. Food number 7. Green tea. Ancient cultures in Japan, China, and Korea have consumed green tea for thousands of years. And modern science has finally confirmed what those cultures seem to understand intuitively. Green tea is one of the most potent cancer-fighting beverages on Earth. The reason is a family of antioxidants called catechins, and the most powerful of these is EGCG, or epigallocatechin gallate. EGCG has been shown in multiple peer-reviewed studies to inhibit cancer cell growth by blocking the signals that tell cancer cells to divide and multiply. A comprehensive 2022 meta-analysis published in the journal Cancer Epidemiology reviewed 51 studies and found that regular green tea consumption was associated with a 21% reduction in the risk of certain cancers, including colorectal and breast cancer. But here's the preparation detail most people get completely wrong. Boiling water destroys EGCG. You should brew green tea at around 160 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, not boiling. Let it steep for 2 to 3 minutes. Drink it without milk because the proteins in dairy bind to catechins and prevent absorption. 3 cups per day is the amount most studies associate with meaningful cancer protective benefits. Start with 1 and build from there. Food number 6. Fatty fish. If you are not eating fatty fish at least twice a week, your body is missing one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer compounds available from food. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in high concentrations in salmon, mackerel, sardines, and herring, do 2 critical things in the fight against cancer. First, they reduce chronic inflammation throughout the body. And chronic inflammation is now understood by researchers to be one of the primary drivers of cancer development. It creates a cellular environment where abnormal cells can survive, grow, and spread. Second, omega-3s have been shown to directly inhibit cancer cell growth. A 2023 study from the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center found that EPA and DHA, the 2 most active omega-3 compounds in fatty fish, triggered a process called apoptosis in cancer cells. Apoptosis is essentially programmed cell death, the body's natural mechanism for eliminating damaged or abnormal cells. The key is preparation. Baking or steaming fatty fish preserves the omega-3 content. Frying at high heat oxidizes the oils and dramatically reduces their protective benefit. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week. Wild-caught salmon or sardines are among the most cost-effective and nutrient-dense options available. Before we get to the top 5, and trust me, these are the ones that will genuinely surprise you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell right now. We release science-backed health content every week, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's get into the top 5, because this is where things get truly extraordinary. Food number 5. Turmeric. This golden spice has been used in Ayurvedic medicine for over 4,000 years, and modern science has spent the last 2 decades trying to understand why. The answer is curcumin. Curcumin is the active compound in turmeric, and it is one of the most extensively studied natural anti-cancer substances on the planet. It works through multiple pathways simultaneously, reducing inflammation, neutralizing free radicals, and directly interfering with the molecular signaling that allows cancer cells to grow and spread. A 2019 review published in the journal Nutrients analyzed 11 clinical trials and found that curcumin supplementation significantly reduced inflammatory markers, the same markers that researchers associate with elevated cancer risk. But here's the critical detail that most people miss entirely. Curcumin on its own is very poorly absorbed by the human body. Studies show that adding black pepper, specifically a compound in black pepper called piperine, increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Always combine turmeric with black pepper. Always add a healthy fat like coconut oil or olive oil, because curcumin is fat-soluble. A simple daily habit. Half a teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, stirred into warm water or golden milk with a small amount of coconut oil. That single habit, done consistently, delivers measurable anti-inflammatory and cancer protective benefits. Food number 4, tomatoes. Here is something that will completely change how you think about cooking tomatoes. Most people believe raw vegetables are always superior to cooked ones. For tomatoes, the opposite is true. Tomatoes are the richest dietary source of lycopene, a powerful carotenoid antioxidant that has been specifically linked to protection against prostate cancer and lung cancer. And cooking tomatoes actually increases the bioavailability of lycopene dramatically. A study from Cornell University found that heating tomatoes increased their lycopene content by up to 35% and made it significantly more absorbable by the body. The Harvard Health Professionals follow-up study, one of the largest nutritional studies ever conducted, found that men who consumed cooked tomato products more than twice per week had a 23% lower risk of prostate cancer compared to those who rarely ate them. Lycopene is fat-soluble, so cooking tomatoes in olive oil, as in a classic Italian tomato sauce, is one of the most scientifically sound cancer-protective meals you can prepare. Aim for cooked tomato products 4 to 5 times per week. Tomato paste is one of the most concentrated sources of lycopene available and costs almost nothing. Food number 3. Garlic. Researchers studying cancer rates across different populations noticed something unusual decades ago. Communities that consumed large amounts of garlic consistently showed significantly lower rates of stomach, colorectal, and esophageal cancers compared to populations that rarely ate it. That observation launched hundreds of studies, and what they found was allicin. Allicin is the sulfur compound released when garlic is crushed or chopped. It is one of the most potent natural antibacterial and anti-cancer compounds ever identified in food. Allicin has been shown to directly kill cancer cells in laboratory studies while leaving healthy cells unharmed, a distinction that makes it extraordinarily valuable. A meta-analysis published in Cancer Prevention Research reviewed 18 studies and found that high garlic consumption was associated with a 44% reduction in the risk of stomach cancer. But here is the preparation secret that most people never hear. When you crush or chop garlic, you must let it sit for 10 full minutes before applying any heat. This waiting period allows an enzyme called allinase to fully convert the compounds in garlic into allicin. If you throw garlic straight into a hot pan, you destroy the enzyme before it can complete this conversion, and you lose most of the cancer-fighting benefit. Crush it. Wait 10 minutes, then cook it. 2 to 3 cloves per day is the amount most research associates with meaningful protective effects. Food number 2, blueberries. Get ready. Because what researchers discovered about blueberries and DNA protection is something that genuinely sent scientists back to recheck their data. Blueberries contain one of the highest concentrations of antioxidants of any food on Earth, but the specific antioxidants in blueberries, called anthocyanins, do something that most antioxidants cannot. They cross the blood-brain barrier, they penetrate cell membranes, and they directly protect your DNA from oxidative damage, the type of damage that, when left unchecked, is the first step in the development of cancer. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that participants who consumed 1 cup of blueberries daily for 6 weeks showed a measurable reduction in oxidative DNA damage markers, the biological fingerprints of cancer risk, compared to a placebo group. But the most remarkable finding came from a study at Rutgers University, which found that pterostilbene, a compound in blueberries closely related to resveratrol, activated a tumor suppressor gene called p53. This gene is essentially your body's internal cancer surveillance system. When it's functioning properly, it identifies and eliminates abnormal cells before they can become tumors. 1 cup of blueberries per day. Fresh or frozen. Frozen blueberries retain their anthocyanin content exceptionally well and are often more affordable. Do not cook them at high heat. Add them to smoothies, oatmeal, or eat them straight from the container. Food number 1, broccoli. If you take nothing else away from this video, let it be this. Broccoli, and the broader family of cruciferous vegetables including cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and kale, contains a compound called sulforaphane that researchers have described as one of the most promising natural anti-cancer substances ever discovered. Sulforaphane works through a mechanism that is unlike any other food compound studied to date. It activates a genetic pathway called NRF2, essentially the master switch of your body's internal antioxidant defense system. When NRF2 is activated, it triggers the production of hundreds of protective enzymes that neutralize carcinogens, reduce inflammation, and directly stop cancer cell growth. A groundbreaking study from Johns Hopkins University found that sulforaphane inhibited the growth of breast cancer stem cells, the cells responsible for cancer recurrence after treatment, more effectively than a common chemotherapy drug used for the same purpose. Research from the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center found that men who ate 3 or more servings of cruciferous vegetables per week had a 41% lower risk of prostate cancer. But here is the preparation detail that is absolutely critical, and almost nobody knows. Sulforaphane is not present in broccoli in its active form. It is created by an enzyme called myrosinase when broccoli is chopped or chewed. Heat destroys myrosinase. So if you boil or microwave broccoli, you destroy the enzyme and produce almost no sulforaphane. The solution? Chop your broccoli and let it sit for 40 minutes before cooking. This gives myrosinase time to produce sulforaphane before heat is applied. Or eat it raw. Or lightly steam it for no more than 3 to 4 minutes. Adding raw mustard seed powder to cooked broccoli also restores myrosinase activity and dramatically increases sulforaphane production. 3 to 5 servings per week of properly prepared broccoli is one of the single most powerful dietary habits you can build for long-term cancer protection. So there you have it. The top 10 anti-cancer foods, ranked, explained, and most importantly, prepared the right way so your body can actually use them. From the beta-carotene protection of carrots, to the DNA-shielding power of blueberries, to the extraordinary sulforaphane in broccoli, nature has given us a remarkable toolkit for protecting our cells every single day. The science is clear. What you eat consistently and how you prepare it has a direct and measurable impact on your cancer risk. Now, if you're serious about eating in a way that supports your health and helps you manage your weight at the same time, I want to mention something that a lot of our viewers have found genuinely helpful. It's called the Smart Weight Loss Cookbook Bundle, and it includes over 300 delicious, easy-to-follow recipes across 3 of the most science-backed eating styles: vegan, Mediterranean, and keto. Every recipe is designed for real people, with real lives, quick to make, budget-friendly, and actually satisfying. Many of the anti-cancer foods we talked about today, broccoli, garlic, tomatoes, blueberries, are featured throughout the recipes in ways that are genuinely enjoyable to eat. It's not a diet. It's a system that makes healthy eating feel effortless. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. And if this video gave you something valuable today, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We release new science-backed health content every week, and the next video could be the one that changes everything for you or someone you love. Thank you so much for watching. Stay strong, eat well, and we'll see you in the next one.